honor, my name is Tabitha Periene Ayela, and I'll be reading on agriculture and fisheries. Agriculture remains the backbone of our country's economy, nurturing a system that supports the population with diverse, nutritious foods and resilient crops. It is one of the keys in the industrialization of the economy, as well as an avenue for jobs and wealth creation. The NPP have a proven track record with regard to agriculture. Initiatives such as planting for food and jobs, rearing for food and jobs, agriculture for food and jobs, one village, one dam, one district, one warehouse, planting for export and rural development, digitization of the cocoa sector, pharmacists' pension schemes, the construction of fish and landing sites and harbors, which has added to the overall increase in agricultural growth rate at 2.7% in 2016 to 4.5% in 2023, and instilled vibrancy in the sector. The NPP government has made strides in the cocoa sector through a range of interventions, including introducing a living income differential of $40 per ton, digitization of the cocoa sector in the cocoa management system, the National Cocoa Farmers Pension Scheme, and the National Traceability System. Under our tenure, the crop sector has seen great progress. We have addressed the challenges of low levels of mechanization and low productivity of key crops, such as soybean, maize, and rice, inadequate availability of certified seeds, and the weak extension services through various initiatives. We have supplied tractors and accessories, power tillers, harvesters, planters, and boom sprayers to farmers at subsidized prices. Targeted specific crops such as maize and soybean to increase productivity to meet domestic and export demands. We have also recruited officers to improve the agriculture extension service provision. Under the NPP government, fisheries and aquaculture has improved and expanded through programs such as agriculture for food and jobs, the construction of harbors and landing sites, and the rehabilitation of hatcheries and aquaculture demonstration centers. Under the NPP, fish production has increased from approximately 435,098 metric tons in 2016 to 657,472 metric tons in 2022. The value of fish imports has almost halved from a $146 million to $74 million in the same period. We are a farmer and fisher-centered party. We understand the needs of the farmers and fisher folks and the needs of the customers. We can be trusted to build on the successes and the progress of agriculture and fisheries. We are willing to take bold steps and to provide bold solutions for agriculture and fisheries. Thank you very much.
Under the NPP, Ghana's economy has grown significantly, even amid global challenges. We've launched successful job creation programs, attracted investment, and upgraded our infrastructure. Initiatives like the 1D, 1F, One District, One Factory, digitalization of public services, and enhancement in transport systems have driven this growth. Despite the shifting global economic landscape and internal pressures, our commitment is unwavering. We are determined to further strengthen our economy, making it more robust and inclusive for every Ghanaian. The journey to a prosperous future continues with your support. Vote for Baumia. Baumia means business.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding round of applause, let's make welcome the Honorable Ejapa Mesa.
Memabe ahao mewina aha me just one gym ahenwa Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President. The new patriotic party inherited a broken economy and a country in crisis, and from day one went to work to rebuild and restore Ghana. The Akufo-Addo government did not request a honeymoon. Between 2017 and 2020, Ghana saw strong, consistent growth in the economy until COVID-19, a global pandemic, happened in 2020 and brought the whole world economy to its knees. The pandemic, which ravaged many lives across the world, required a decisive yet empathetic leadership to manage. President Akufo-Addo rose to the occasion and engaged the Ghanaian people in his famous fellow Ghanaians addresses, and aptly stated on one occasion that while he, quote, knows how to bring the economy back to life, he does not know how to bring people back to life. His government's priority from the very outset and through the duration of the pandemic was to save Ghanaian lives and prevent the spread of the disease. The president received global acknowledgement and praise for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. As soon as it was safe to do so, he once again turned his attention to rebuilding the economy, to restore and repair the damage caused by the global financial crisis and the supply chain disruptions that were the direct consequence of the pandemic. The economic restoration efforts were significantly impacted by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Despite the pandemic and despite the massive impact the war in Ukraine had on the world economy in general and Africa in particular, the NPP administration has managed to rebuild the Ghanaian economy and bring about sustainable change to the nation. This has been achieved through bold, decisive, and some very difficult but necessary decisions. Over the past 7 years, this government has inter alia restored macroeconomic stability, brought inflation down, growth up, interest rates down, and the exchange rate depreciation under control. It has ensured domestic production and supply of personal protective equipment for our health workers, reduced import duties by 50%, protected the deposits of over 4 million Ghanaians by saving the banking system from collapse. A leader is not lauded for the disasters that were avoided, but the Akufo-Addo-led administration has successfully managed some of the most challenging times in living memory. And while there is no reward for a crisis avoided, we can be sure that had this administration not been in place, our country would be much worse off today. The NPP knows how to steer the country through challenging times and rebound the economy. Ghana's economy is safe in our hands. A vote for Bawumia is a vote for bold solution for Ghana's economy and the only way to ensure prosperity and growth for our dear country, Ghana. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
NPP has embarked on several community-based programs to protect our environment. The NPP initiated a large-scale tree planting campaign dubbed Green Ghana to combat deforestation and restore green spaces across the country. Schools, communities, and individuals participated in planting trees to combat deforestation and promote green spaces. Over 70 million trees have been planted under this initiative. Safety in our communities is a priority. We've strengthened security measures to protect our borders and citizens. The security forces have been retooled with equipment, and the police have benefited from investment in housing. We are committed to a safe, prosperous future for generations to come. Vote for Bawumia. Bawumia means business.
Let's make welcome the Honorable Samuel Abujinapo.
Gonja land alama, Kagbanya lama, Mpe biara metro benki kega, Kabre, Jebotibo party, Kiyile na, and Savannah region, and Ghana bikike, Anyebe benki kega. Mr. President, incoming President, incoming First Lady, incoming Vice President, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your outstanding leadership. This 2024 Npp Manifesto evidently is an action plan to build on the enviable record of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to create hundreds, thousands, and millions of jobs for the Ghanaian youth and bring the much-needed development to our people. Let me, very briefly, highlight some of the remarkable achievements which, God willing, the incoming President of the Republic, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, will leverage to unleash prosperity for the Ghanaian people. Firstly, by dint of hard work and innovative policies, we have overtaken South Africa as the leading producer of gold on the continent and the 6th in the world. We have revamped the dormant Bibiani and Obuasi mines, and exports received from gold alone in the first half of this year has crossed $5 billion United States dollars. Our policies have attracted new investments into the country, with 3 new gold mines under construction by Newmont in the Hafo region, Kaduna Namdini in the Upper East region, and Azuma Resources in the Upper West region, which will consolidate our position as the leading producer of gold in Africa. Even more important for us is that these investments have created scores of jobs for the youth, and more high-paying jobs will become available when these mines start operation. And with our value addition, local content and local policy, including the construction of refineries, mandatory listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange, and the reservation of jobs and the provision of some 50 goods and services for the Ghanaian private sector, the people of Ghana are benefiting directly from this new, enhanced, indigenous mining industry. Through our enhanced regulation of the small-scale mining sector and the ramping up of community mining schemes, even while we acknowledge that we still have a long way to go, this sector is largely, without a shred of doubt, more sanitized than we met it in 2016. And the reduction of withholding tax on unprocessed gold in this sector from 3% to 1.5% has led to over 6,000% increment in gold exports from the small-scale mining sector alone. Through the domestic gold purchase program, Ghana's gold reserves have increased from 8 tons since independence to 17 tons in just 5 years. And the Gold for Oil program has contributed to stabilizing the prices of petrol at the pump. President Bawumia, with this manifesto, will establish the Novel Minerals Development Bank. It will be jobs, jobs, jobs for the Ghanaian people. Large and small-scale mining will flourish, thereby creating jobs for the teeming youth of our country. Secondly, through our policies in the forestry sector, Ghana has become a global leader in forest management and nature-based climate action. Green Ghana alone has resulted in the planting of 52 million trees in just 4 years. Between 2017 and 2023 alone, some 721,000 hectares of forests have been cultivated, 5 times more than the 157,300 hectares cultivated in the whopping 53 years between 1963 and 2016. We are protecting our environment indeed. And we are digitizing the records of the Lands Commission to ensure effective and efficient land service delivery. And thirdly, we have kept a well-equipped armed forces and secured our borders for the past 8 years. The Akufo-Addo government has settled 13 million United States dollars arrears owed to peacekeeping personnel and increase their allowances from $30 to 35 United States dollars per soldier per day. Phase 1 and 2 of the Barras Regenerative Project, the transformation agenda of the military housing project for the Ghana Armed Forces, the 583 housing units constructed to support the accommodation needs of security services personnel of our country, the 933 vehicles, the 4,202 motorbikes, and the 3 helicopters provided to the Ghana Police Service, aside increasing the number of personnel by almost 40%, are just a few of the interventions made to secure our safety and security through our gallant men and women in uniform. In these 2024 elections, we, the youth, have a clear choice to make, like never before in past elections. A choice between 8 years of tangible and impactful achievement against 8 years of broken promises, doomsday, and an era of unemployment association of Ghana. A choice between this well-thought-through 2024 Npp Manifesto, fashioned to expand opportunities for Ghana's private sector and create jobs for the young people of our country, and one which has been tried, tested, and failed woefully. Total failure it was. And above all, a choice between a smart, hard-working, youthful, and problem-solving leader of enormous personal integrity who will work for you day and night, and those who have been tried, failed, and are desperately attempting to recycle themselves. Never again. Let us therefore, young men and women, from Laura to Sekendi, from Hohoi to Asante-Mampong, from Saboba to Kintampo, and of course, from my beloved constituency of Damango, rally behind Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh and the new Patriotic Party, a game changer for the youth of Ghana. And so, my friends, fellow young Ghanaians, in all humility and modesty, I say to you today that this 2024 Npp Manifesto will be strictly and sacredly implemented to the fullest by our outstanding and visionary leader, and by the grace of Almighty God, the next president of our republic, the man with bold solutions for the future, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. A vote for DMB, a vote for DMB, and NAPO is a vote for the youth. A vote for DMB and Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is a vote for jobs. A vote for DMB and a vote for NAPO is a vote for bold solutions for the future. Fellow patriots, I am the 10th speaker and the final speaker, and therefore, on this auspicious note, let me introduce to you the spectacular legacy of the outstanding president of our country, the president of the movement, the president who has built Ghana to this point, the president of compassion, the president, the fatherly president, and the president of our country, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And it is my honor, to introduce to you the legacy documentary titled, and I quote, "A Strong Legacy to Build On," end quote. Enjoy it. We are moving forward. We are firing forward. We are moving from north to east to west to south, and the new Patriotic Party is marching on to victory to make Bawumia the next president of this republic of ours. Thank you.
From the bustling cities to the serene rural landscapes, the strategic investments by the Npp government have touched every corner of Ghana. Since January 2017, under the visionary leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Ghana has embarked on a transformative journey guided by a commitment to progress, people development, and prosperity. Join us as we delve into the story of this remarkable journey. Education is the foundation of any thriving society, and the new patriotic party, the Npp government, recognizes that the future of Ghana rests in the hands of its youth. Since 2017, the government has undertaken bold and visionary steps to reshape the educational landscape of our nation, ensuring that every child, regardless of background, has the opportunity to succeed. The Free Senior High School SHS policy stands as a testament to this commitment. The establishment of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM schools across the country is preparing our youth for the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Technical and vocational skills training TVET centers have been revitalized, ensuring that those with talent in technical fields have the tools they need to excel. Over 2,400 students are currently enrolled in STEM programs. Healthcare and infrastructure are the lifelines of any nation. This groundbreaking initiative aims to construct 111 new hospitals across the country. The government's investment in over 300 ambulances distributed nationwide has revolutionized emergency healthcare. Under the Npp government, road construction and rehabilitation have reached unprecedented levels. Major highways, bridges, and feeder roads are being upgraded and expanded, ensuring that every corner of Ghana is connected. Railways are experiencing a revival, with significant investment aimed at restoring and expanding the rail network. Airports, too, have seen significant upgrades, positioning Ghana as a key hub in West Africa. The Planting for Food and Jobs initiative has been at the forefront of this agricultural revolution. The groundbreaking program has provided farmers across the nation with access to high-quality seeds, fertilizers, and modern farming techniques. The impact is clear. Over 1.9 million farmers have directly benefited from the Planting for Food and Jobs initiatives, leading to a 45% reduction in rice imports as local production continues to grow. The government has invested heavily in expanding and retooling our security agencies, ensuring that they are well equipped to protect our nation from both internal and external threats. Through innovative policies and bold solutions, the government is ensuring that our natural resources are protected. The transition to renewable energy is a key pillar of this vision. Ghana is on track to achieve a 10% renewable energy mix by 2030. Social interventions are the cornerstone of an inclusive society, ensuring that no one is left behind, regardless of their circumstances. At the heart of these efforts, in the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty LEAP program, a flagship social protection initiative that has been a beacon of support for many low-income families. Since its expansion under the Npp government, LEAP has reached over 330,000 households. The school feeding program is another critical intervention that has transformed the lives of children across Ghana by providing nutritious meals to over 3 million students in more than 9,000 schools. Affordable housing is another area where the Npp government has made significant strides, providing affordable, quality housing for low and middle-income families. As we look into Ghana's next chapter, the Npp government remains dedicated to expanding and enhancing these programs. Together, we are building a Ghana that is not just prosperous, but fair, inclusive, and caring.
There you have it. A manifesto developed with love, which is gearing to build on the legacy
of a government that has passionately led the development of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long listening period, but it tells you there are a lot more to talk about as a government. At this juncture, we should all take note that the manifesto that is about to be unveiled is one that has been done based on wide consultations, talking to the Ghanaian people from across this country, from the north to the south, to the west and the east. The women along the shores and the coast of this country, our farmers in the cocoa farming area, our brothers and sisters in the mining area, our uncles and fathers in the business area inside Abosi-Okai, our lawyers and doctors have all been engaged. And this is a manifesto that is going to lead us into the next phase of Ghana's development. Let's listen to the chairman of the Manifesto Committee.
The NPP Manifesto being unveiled today has gone through a meticulous process of engagement stirred by Dr. Bawumia's commitment to uphold the core values of the party. At the helm was the Manifesto Committee, whose chairman ensured that every discussion was infused with a blend of the party's ideology and the unique persona of the presidential candidate. Across the length and breadth of the country, different groups were engaged. Their inputs providing a careful balance that lays bare the foundation of a document that reflects a shared vision, but also resonates with the aspirations of the people. Dr. Bawumia himself sat in for his vision to be put to strict test and scrutiny. The chairman is thankful to all the various committees. This manifesto reflects the needs and aspirations of Ghanaians and is fueled by the vision and dynamism of Dr. Bawumia.
The manifesto is the social contract of the party, but in particular, the presidential candidate of the party with the generality of the citizenry. The person who is leading the party, and of course you know that the party has its own ideology, private sector enterprise-led or free market enterprise party. He, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is an established economist. He represents a microcosm of the Ghanaian society. He belongs to the academia as well. For 16 years, he has been into politics. And together with his boss, they've traversed the length and breadth of this country. There's no place that he hasn't visited. And in that enterprise, he's met a cross-section of Ghanaians. So even though his own ideas have been shaped by his upbringing, his training, professional training, and his politics, he knows that he's not the repository of wisdom and knowledge. So when he became the flag bearer, he set out to engage a cross-section of the Ghanaian society. He had put together a team to help him craft his manifesto. But walking around, engaging the citizens, he was with us. Wherever he went, he presented his own vision, and then asked the people that he had met, professionals, market women, artisans, farmers, policemen, lawyers, engineers, and so on. He met all of them. And then when he had spoken to them, he also asked them to speak to him. We listened and took out salient matters that they brought out to fertilize his own vision. And it is the combination of this that we have put together so that his own vision then will respond to the concerns, the needs of the Ghanaian society. That is what we have done. That is what the Manifesto Committee has done. I must express my gratitude to my compatriots in the Manifesto Committee, my Vice Chairman, the Honorable Kojo Opon-Nkrumah, the Secretariat staff led by Yvonne Hughes, and the various committees that we had to deal with, representing the various sectors, energy, education, health, infrastructure, all of them. And I would say that together we fashioned a document that the people of this country will be proud of. And on behalf of the committee, let me also express our profound gratitude to the Vice President, His Excellency, the presidential candidate of the party, for the opportunity that he's given to us to assist him in crystallizing his own vision. We thank him so much, and we believe that Ghanaians will not be disappointed, and that when he's voted for, Ghanaians will be well pleased in his vision.
The DJ is already in the next chapter. This is a manifesto launch. We are going to soak in a lot of messages, a lot of information, and a lot of data. But we are getting right there to that point. At this juncture, please stay with us and follow this very short video as we usher in a very, very important personality. The video, please.
In the heart of Ghana, where history and
of the new patriotic party, let's put our hands together for the incoming Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, aka Napo, the People's Man, the Member of Parliament for the good people of Messiah South. Please put your hands together, let it be resounding. Make a lot more noise. Make a lot more noise. The man of the moment, Your Excellency.
His Excellency, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. His Excellency, the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The Second Lady of the Republic, Hajia Samira Bawumia. The National Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, and all patriots gathered here this evening. I hope I can stand on existing protocols. I'm here briefly to link what we have done and give you a foretaste of what is to come. A link between the last of the Titans, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the future generation led by Dr. Bawumia. I hope this heroic task I'll be able to do. In 2011, around 2 a.m., I was woken up by the security guards of His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, way back in Bolga. When I went to see him, he was alone in the canteen of that famous hotel. We sat down to talk, obviously woken from sleep. And he said some profound things to me that evening. He said, Napo, Matthew Prempeh, this party, you are the next generation. I'm going to give you some advice, pieces of advice this evening. And I hope you can stick to it. What were the advice or the pieces of advice? He said, my whole aim is to make sure when we get into government, we succeed ourselves. And I can only leave the party to one of three people. He proceeded to mention who he felt comfortable in 2011 to leave the party when he exits office. He's our second presidential candidate who is offering 8 years of competent leadership. 8 years of delivery. I can say, without any converting, that 2 of the 3 are representing and coming after him. That is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and my good self, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Leadership is born and made. His Excellency Ronaldo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who himself was the man of the moment in 2007, and who himself we have listened to his crowning achievements. Today is about leaving us, but he is ensuring that we succeed ourselves in breaking the 8 with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Since my nomination as the vice presidential candidate of the new Patriotic Party, I've spent a considerable time in Western region. I believe, apart from our mother regions, Ashanti and Eastern, the region that is akin to making the NPP the national governing party forever is the Western region. I've spent considerable time here. I've been through Amenfi, Wasa. I've been through Disco. I've gone to Jura. I've gone to Nzema. I've gone to Ahanta. I've been to Esekado, meeting chiefs and leaders in all these communities. And I'm overwhelmed by the love and warmth of the people of this region. I've been everywhere with the chairman of the party and the regional minister of the region. And I can only say thank you for the good work you do on behalf of MPP. Patriots, we have a general election to win. We have a general election to win. And this general election, we will win. With God, it is possible. This is a call to duty. This is a call to duty. And today's manifesto launch is the show of our contest of ideas and policies that is going to serve as a guiding light for His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. When, by God's inshallah, 7th January, when he assumes office. He promises us that he needs no honeymoon. And from 7th January, he's going to start working for and the people of Ghana. The MPP which he represents, which he leads, and when he says to lead is to solve, has a record of delivery. In 2016 and 2020, the MPP delivered on this manifesto. I do recall His Excellency Dr. Bawumia calling me to come and account for what we are doing and what so far we have done in education. That led some of us to think deep. Mr. President, your work has been shown that you are a man of Siadio Oka Oye. Based upon the work that you have done, I'm sure Ghanaians are going to give us the mandate to continue from where we are. Mr. President, what you did in education has not been even demonstrated here. In 2016, it was a contest of ideas. When you talk about free SHS and free TVET, you didn't stop there. From early childhood care and new nurseries you developed. You made sure that in the era of IT, every school gets a school laboratory, and it is in progress. You made sure every teacher gets a laptop for IT, and it is in progress. And you made sure every student in secondary gets a laptop, and it's in progress. Mr. President, when you assumed office in the year 2017, 40,000 Ghanaian students had passed the WASI exams, but could not get their results because they couldn't pay examination fees. 40,000 Ghanaians at BEC and WASI could not get access to their results because they couldn't pay examination fees, not even school fees. Before you came into office, Mr. President, for every 100 Ghanaian students that qualified to go to senior high school, 35 could not go because they couldn't afford it. 35. For the 65 that went into secondary school, Mr. President, by the time of WASI, another 30 had dropped out. And that is why it was only 800 students in school when you came up. Mr. President, even not all that 800 would have qualified or been able to stay through 3 years. I can assure you, the people of Ghana will forever remember you, that as we speak, every child that goes to secondary school leaves secondary school with the best results ever. The most profound thing, Mr. President, the most profound thing that you did in education, when the naysayers said it couldn't be possible, you made it possible. When the naysayers said you were diluting education, you were lowering standard, Mr. President, the first batch of free SHS stayed home 5 months because of COVID. And when they came back to school and they set for the Awasi, the best results ever Ghana has had. 68% of all A18s, aggregate A1, 8 subjects, happened for that group. 68%, the whole of West Africa. Ghana got 68% of A1s, 8 subjects. Not only that, we for the first time passed all 4 core subjects. That had never happened, Mr. President. Not only that, the best 3 students that ever happened came from your country, Ghana. That is leadership. That is delivery. That is leadership. Mr. President, we moved from education to energy under your watch. And we said, no longer will Ghana have doom so. In fact, by 2017, when you got into office, it had been 5 years of doom, 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 doom. It was not doom so, it was 5 years of doom. In fact, a former president said he will watch how we solve the doom problem. Not only have we kept the light on, Mr. President, even under trying times, the light has been on. Mr. President, I can say that the average electricity prices now is cheaper, dollar by dollar, from between 2017 and now. You have not only exhibited competence, you have exhibited leadership par excellence, Mr. President. I do know that right beside you was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. If you set the vision, he set the mission. If you would ensure delivery, he made sure your government ticked. No wonder you've pulled all stops to let him succeed. And surely God will bless your effort, Mr. President. I am a strong believer, Mr. President, after listening to your record, personally, I'm a strong believer in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I've worked closely with him than many more would ever know. I believe in his ability and his knowledge, and surely he's the man of the moment. I, Matthew Pukupempe, I am committed to serving him loyally, to ensuring his vision is translated to a mission and an action purpose for myself. I know his vision is for a brighter, better, business-friendly country called Ghana. And I pledge to even work harder to support this vision. There is so much we can do, patriots, together if we pull all our hearts and minds together towards that common goal, that common shared purpose of victory 2024 December. Mr. President, nothing would make you happier. No legacy would ever pass the fact that on 7th January, your sword will be handed over to your Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You've given the next generation ample time to study and to work and to serve. It is our time to deliver. Dr. Bawumia is a man of vision. He's a man on a mission. He is humble, but he's firm. He's affable. He is respectful. He's honest, and he's loyal. He is a problem solver and a very hard worker, a man of integrity and a go-getter. He is destined to take Ghana to the next level. Before I take my seat, His Excellency the President, let me say this, and I'll say it again. I know Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. He is not corrupt. I will not be corrupted. In his public life, Mr. President, he has never been accused of corruption. And in his public life, he has never been investigated for corruption. I am sure and certain that you are giving an honorable man to continue where you left off. No matter what the naysayers say, Mr. President, he is not corrupt. He has never been accused of corruption. And he has never been investigated for corruption. And he will never be corrupt. For those who have skeletons in their cupboard, for those who have skeletons in their cupboards and think the election is far gone for them, Dr. Bamudu Bawumia will win the 7th December general election and presidential election. We Kukudites will fight from room to room, house to house, village to village, community to community, that never again will we have doom so. Never again will there be petrol queues. Never again will money be the determinant of how much education level you can achieve. And surely the day of accountability is coming straight to some of them who have skeletons in their cupboard. I will promise that we will work and deliver a better Ghana for your legacy purposes. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Matthew Sampa, it's not a year doku. Chichamoduanusia say, oh, Yankupo family, be all between Ayaho, Amadi, or City. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it is possible. Hey! Limpia, Onyankupo, the Atumwano. Ayo my Ghana Puntiontia. Anunti Abrana Sosa. Ubadi wa Mayanim. Ay! Achadia! Asudia Dumwano. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ayo my Ghana Puntiontia. Anunti Abrana Sosa. Meba Ubadi wa Mayanim. Doctor, yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yeah, Niptiania Kukodro, our Brasian Kabamunti, oh my God, from Doctor, yeah, Dr. Digita, yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Unukradiani wadoyanti unyamisiro ani umabro unutia enyakanyina frafra dokei yehia awradenti yebebreki etino ampipi bebreki etinoa sawradi kofa David so delivery Israel so unidia. Already Matimia, you will be a free one wallet. With God, all things are possible. This is already covered David in free life. Mani Bakum Gloria Tedia. Already Matimia, you will be a free one wallet. Doctor, with God, all things are possible. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. With God, my God, all things are possible. It is possible. say, we are a fra. Goriati ya wachina waniwe. Wakufiti ni mafra. Eti David won to me. Na David kachara wa hini so say. Papa urade de basamensa. Urade di Goriati momotuni abasamesa. Na so kan say. Ko na urade ebedi wachi. Enadai neba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ensro na me asafo urade makame hontam se sedia mesusuo no sara na bebam na sedia mabo mitiri no sara na ebeji yate na yana neba na ubeden kunim unnin kubuo tabiarada Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Yahiawo, Nimpiani Akukodro, Awu Brasiani Nkabomunti, Gana Mabunina, Frawo, Dr. Yahia, Dr. Digita, Yahia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Kradiani watoyanti Unyamisro ani umobro hununtia Agrafonyina Frafrawo Dr. Yehia Yana nanwa yufufonyina Yani animu gramofonyina Yaba bwana masofonyina Frafrawo Dr. Yehia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is possible. Mama Udina Mafrawo. Bay Yakuku Oduro. Shebekumane Nifa. Udia. Kuko Wanimuai. Missy Memba Mina. The Boa Chiridomwe. Oh. Sani Amidi Mosa Chinwo. Sana. Lady Wachika. Mafira Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kuku Oduro Oh Shebekumane Nifa Udia Kuko Wanimuai Missy Membaba Mina Nipawa Chiridomwo Sani Amidi Joshua Chinwo Sana Neni Wachida Miringa wo Dr. Nipa Mirimba wo Bawumia Makame Wutan Mina, mi bawa chiridomwe. Sani amini Joshua Chino. Sana, nedi wachide. Mi bai, mi rinyawo. Mi bado fue, mi rimpawo. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, makami utamwe. Mia, mamuawo, inti membaba Mina, mi bawa chiridomwe.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, pioneering progress for Ghana, the heartbeat of the nation. Ghana stands at the threshold of the next chapter, and at its helm stands Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a leader of vision who embodies the fusion of heritage and progress. Beyond economics and innovation, Dr. Bawumia feels Ghana's pulse. He listens, truly listens to the people. Their needs, struggles and dreams drive him. He's not distant. He is deeply connected, advocating tirelessly for their well-being. As the sun sets on Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stands. The future.
President of the Republic of Ghana, the leader and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, the man who is renowned to be the most active and best performing vice president we have seen in the Fourth Republic. Please welcome Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the next president of the Republic of Ghana.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way.
I know he's watching from home. Second Lady, Samira, my beautiful Samira. National Chairman, Stephen Ayusu in team. My running mate and incoming Vice President, inshallah, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Chief of Staff, Akosia Frimaus Parry, the General Secretary, famous Justin Kodia, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, of course not forgetting the Majority Leader of Parliament, our parliamentary candidates, our MMDCs, Chairman of the Council of Elders, the National, Regional, Constituency, and Polling Station Executives, the media, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to you all. I stand here filled with a lot of emotion, humility, and nostalgia. 16 years ago, right here in this beautiful city of Sekondi Takoradi, I was outdoored to the good people of Ghana as the running mate to the visionary leader, then flag bearer and leader of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Today, I am privileged to return to Takoradi, this time against all odds, as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party to launch the 2024 manifesto of the party. With God, it is possible. In exactly 111 days from today, over 18 million Ghanaians will have the opportunity to decide on a new leader and parliamentarians to govern the affairs of state over the next 4 years. Fellow Kukrudites, the race is on, and I know, and you know, and they know that the momentum is on our side. I have witnessed firsthand the enthusiasm, commitment, and determination of the rank and file of our party, the great new patriotic party, to break the eight and usher in life-transforming ideas that will deliver broad-based prosperity to all Ghanaians. From my possibilities tour, I came across hope, expectations, and the belief that it is possible to transform Ghana and create a sense of pride in the Ghanaian. Our tradition, the Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition, has not only been the vanguard of the rule of law and governance, but also pace setters and drivers of the life-changing policies and interventions. Let me first thank Honorable Oseche Mensah Bonsu, the chair of the Manifesto Committee, the co-chairs, and all members of the Manifesto team for putting together this wonderful document. I am very grateful for their dedication. Let me also thank the earlier presenters for highlighting the major achievements of our government under the leadership of President Nana Akufo-Addo. We have taken time to highlight these achievements because track record is a significant predictor of credibility and the potential to do more. We have catalogued them because in the MPP, we view these as our obligation to the people from whom we draw our mandate. We have enumerated them precisely because they communicate our ability to respond to the numerous needs of different sections of our society. Indeed, we have listed them to show we remain committed to fulfilling the social contract we have with the good people of Ghana. Above all, the exercise we have undertaken confirms that hundreds of pledges that have been made to the Ghanaian people, and broadly they have been kept, and given the opportunity, more impactful and forward-looking interventions will be implemented to move Ghana to the next level of the development journey, a journey that will build on our successes to open opportunities for all. We promise to change. We promise change, and we have made significant progress. Mr. President, history will be kind to you, and you shall be remembered for your unprecedented achievements and the millions of lives you have touched. We are eternally grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was any doubt, to believe it is crystal clear from the data-backed account we have given that our overall performance and track record are superior to that of my opponent and his party in virtually every sector. Virtually every sector we are superior. But I believe, as a former president and a proud student of history, he knows that. And that is one part of the reason why he is avoiding a debate. The other part, of course, is about the courage and the confidence to put what he intends to do differently this time around with the power he seeks, side by side to the vision I have for Ghana and a clear roadmap to getting the work done. That is the choice we are presenting to you, the Ghanaian voter, on December 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding our superior performance, there remains the fact that between 2020 and 2022, we experienced severe challenges triggered by the pandemic, which brought the world and our country to a thundering halt. The world experienced the greatest economic depression since the 1930s, with most countries recording negative GDP growth. Supply chain disruptions and the rising price of oil resulted in major increases in the prices of fuel, freight, and food across the globe. Indeed, Ghanaians were hit very hard by rising food prices, increased exchange rate depreciation, rising fuel prices, and rising transport fares. Our debt became unsustainable and had to be restructured. Bondholders saw a sharp decline in their net worth following the painful yet unavoidable debt restructuring program. We faced very challenging times, but with calm leadership and the support and understanding of the good people of Ghana, we have weathered the storm, and the economy is firmly on the path of recovery, with increasing GDP growth and declining inflation. It is gratifying to note that our policy interventions have started yielding the desired macroeconomic results. Many economists and analysts have rightly stated that Ghana has turned the corner, but we know that for many families, the cost of living is still very high. The hardship is real, and we commit to doing more to relieve the difficulties Ghanaians are facing. We are equally committed to creating more job opportunities that will significantly reduce youth unemployment among the national population that has increased over 5 million in the last 8 years alone. We have created so far 2.3 million jobs, the most of any government in the Fourth Republic. But youth unemployment remains a major concern and that confronts us, and we are committed to doing even more. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, it is better to continue with a party that has created more jobs than any other in the Fourth Republic than go back to a party and a leader who, after 4 years of doom so, created more unemployment than any government in the Fourth Republic. Ghana needs bold solutions to deal with the challenges we face, and that is what I am offering in asking for the mandate of the Ghanaians. This manifesto that we are launching lays out our comprehensive plan to take Ghana to the next level of growth, prosperity, under a selfless leader with bold solutions for jobs and businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, my vision, as I have stated, is to create a tent big enough to accommodate every Ghanaian, to tap into the resourcefulness and talents of our people irrespective of our different ethnic, political, and religious backgrounds, to channel our energies into building the kind of country that assures food sufficiency, safe, prosperous, and dignified future for all Ghanaians, to create sustainable jobs with meaningful pay for all, and for Ghana to participate fully in the fourth industrial revolution using systems and data. To realize this vision, we must collectively have a mindset of possibilities, not impossibilities. There is a critical failure of mindset that manifests itself in the absence of core values, patriotism, and principles within our society. We need to invigorate the can-do spirit of Ghanaians to believe that we can even do better than we have ever imagined if we put our minds to it. For example, students from Mamfi Girls and Prempeh College have won international robotic competitions against their peers in the US, Germany, South Korea, and so on. Recently, Dr. Angela Tabiri from Ashaiman was crowned the world's most interesting mathematician after a global competition with some of the best mathematicians in the world. The mindset of possibilities must be inculcated in our children from home and school. This is why we are going to introduce a growth mindset curriculum in our schools to help students build critical skills such as problem solving, risk-taking, opportunity spotting, and design thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have experienced a major economic crisis, and with your support, weathered the storm. But we are not yet where we want to be. It is therefore very important to protect and expand our rebounding economy, to attain and sustain macroeconomic stability with low inflation, low interest rates, exchange rate stability, and low budget deficits. Fiscal discipline and private sector empowerment will be the key to realizing our commitment to job and wealth creation. To sustainably reduce the budget deficit and interest rates, my government, inshallah, will enhance fiscal discipline through an independent Fiscal Responsibility Council enshrined in the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The Fiscal Responsibility Act will also be amended to add a fiscal rule that requires that budgeted expenditure in any year does not exceed 105% of the previous year's tax revenue. This will prevent the experience of budgetary expenditures based on optimistic revenue forecasts which do not materialize. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, my government will reduce the fiscal burden on government by empowering the private sector to do more. Fundamental to building any modern, prosperous society is ensuring that access to education and health is available to all, and that there is a safety net for the most vulnerable. Under the two-term administration of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, I can say without any fear of contradiction that no past leader has done more to uplift the poor and the vulnerable in society than my boss. We put in place new ones and expanded existing social policies and programs for the masses across Ghana, like the free senior high school, free TVET, Agenda 111, one constituency, one ambulance, expanding school feeding, national health insurance care for childhood cancer, sickle cell patients, and kidney dialysis, and so on. I pledge to you that my government will protect and deepen all these programs that several millions of you depend on. From my interactions with the people, the three top major concerns of Ghanaians are the cost of living, jobs, and roads. The 2024 manifesto of the new patriotic party prioritizes what you, the Ghanaian people, say are your priorities. The manifesto lays out a clear path of how we plan to solve these major problems, among others. That is why my government will make business and jobs our #1 priority. True to our philosophy, I believe the private sector has the capacity to provide jobs and create wealth for society. My administration will therefore incentivize and empower the private sector to do more in complementing government in the provision and management of many infrastructures and other public services. This can reduce government expenditure, increase efficiency and accountability, create competition, and improve maintenance. Yes, we have built more roads than any other government in the Fourth Republic, but we still have a lot to do. In the last 8 years, we have been deliberate in empowering Ghanaian contractors to undertake many major infrastructural projects that would otherwise have gone to foreign contractors. My policies will encourage the private sector to take greater responsibility in the provision and management of critical infrastructures, including building hostels, housing, and schools for government to rent or lease to own. The demand for roads construction is massive, and this has historically placed a huge burden on more attractive for the private sector to also finance construction, management, and maintenance of roads through PPP concessions. Also, I want to change our procurement culture drastically to tackle waste and corruption. My government will move towards leasing rather than outright purchase of goods such as vehicles, printing equipment, and so on. The private sector will have the responsibility for the maintenance of the equipment. With this approach, the budget can save very significant amounts in outright cash expenditure annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. The policy will energize the private sector to invest in their expansion and create many jobs. Enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems, and the way your institutions function will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste, and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards the private sector, provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. That is 30 billion Ghana cedis annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. Therefore, I will have no more than 50 ministers. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to our tax system. To increase government tax revenue, we have to reform and refocus the Ghana Revenue Authority towards broadening the tax base. Estimates suggest revenues amounting to 13% of GDP, or some 150 billion Ghana cedis in 2023, are not collected because people are outside the tax net. Many individuals, businesses find our tax system cumbersome and confusing. We want a tax system that is easy to understand, easy to comply with, and easy to enforce, softer on the taxpayer, and that is not subject to so much discretion. The next NPP government will introduce a very simple, citizen-friendly and business-friendly flat tax system. This will be the first change in our tax system since independence. No government has thought about changing the tax system, but it is the NPP party that is saying it is time for a change in the tax system. A flat tax system, and a flat tax will be of a percentage of income for individuals and businesses with appropriate exemption thresholds set to protect the poor. With the new tax regime, the tax return should be able to be completed in minutes. We will also simplify our complicated corporate tax system and VAT regime. We will reform the VAT tax regime by merging all levies into a single line item levy and treat the merged levy as part of input and output VAT to eliminate the cascading effect in the current regime. To start the new tax system on a clean slate, my government will provide a tax amnesty, that is a complete exemption from the payment of taxes and the waiving of associated interest and penalties up to a certain year to individuals and businesses for failures to file taxes in previous years, so that everyone will start afresh on a clean slate. In return, my government will expect the beneficiaries of this most significant gesture and such savings to be directly used in creating jobs. Our ultimate goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to move Ghana to a lower tax regime with broader coverage to stimulate greater economic activity and generate more revenue to the state. For this to succeed, tax digitalization will be implemented across all aspects of the tax administration. Everyone will be required to file tax, a very simple tax return, electronically through their mobile phone or a computer. There will be no manual or paper filing of taxes anymore. Faceless assessments will provide transparency and accountability. There will be no need under this new tax regime. There will be no need for GRA to send officers to sit in shops, to close shops. E-invoicing as being implemented by GRA will also be extended. I now come to support for business. Ladies and gentlemen, my government will be for business because true to our philosophy, I believe the business of government is to empower business to deliver for society. We will therefore support the growth of businesses by the following policies. We will incentivize Ghanaian startups in selected strategic sectors with investment tax credits for the first 3 years of their operations. A flat rate system of duties for all importers will be implemented, bringing predictability and stability on prices of imported goods. We will harmonize port charges to align the charges with the charges in competing regional ports, particularly Togo. Duties in our ports will not be higher than the duties in Lomé, Togo.